We're back in action, and today we decided to have a more serious conversation with all of you.
Okay.
So dramatic.
We're sitting you down.
We're having a deep convo with you because you need to have it.
This is the conversation you needed. And honestly, I feel like that's true. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're listening to it, probably.
Yeah. You're trying to protect your energy. What the heck do we mean by that? Take it away.
I think this has, multiple, facets to it,
Right.
You know? I think that protecting your energy in general is, it has to do with a lot of, how you live your life. And it's just, having the most, healthy balance with yourself, I guess, is what protecting your energy, at least, that's what it means to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it, varies from, who you surround yourself with to your daily habits to, how you recharge as, your own personal energy and, setting boundaries and, all of that just, really hones in on, protecting your energy and your, just, so you can live a more healthy and just happy life.
Yeah.
I think that is, the number one key factor to living your best and true life, you know?
Yeah. Protecting your energy. It's just such, like you're saying, it's just there's so much that goes into that, but also there's obviously people who are protecting your energy, what does that even mean? I don't get it. What do you mean?
I really don't believe that there's anyone out there that's in within our age group that is not at least a little bit into energy. I don't see how you cannot be into energy at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
I mean,
I hope not.
Maybe there's just people who don't carry it into their daily lives. Maybe they believe yeah, sure, energy, but they don't practice any sort of manifesting, or maybe they do practice protecting their energy, but like we said, there's things that are just things you do in your life that are healthy that protect your energy, like setting boundaries or healing your own energy so that you can recharge and not let people freaking get into your energy.
I just honestly don't believe that if you don't believe in energy that you are in the right headspace at all. I think you need to be aware of that, or else you're probably not living a healthy, balanced life. And I see that a lot in older generations, our parents and stuff. Not that they don't believe in energy. I feel everyone's coming around towards it, but it's just seeing them progress into themselves these days, as they're getting older. Mm-hmm. You can tell that they did not do those things starting off in their lives. And it's so crazy that our generations and the generation after us is very self-aware in that sense, and they're already right off the bat trying to fix their situations, because we don't want to end up and that's honestly the goal. You don't want to end up
that's
the
every
last
generation. Yeah.
So,
and I feel it's also our generation has I guess a privilege to not worry as much about other things, but also this is a huge thing that we're worrying about, and some people could take it to the extreme, and then it's oh fuck, now you're just wrapped up in only doing stuff for yourself, and then you're just a selfish person or whatever. Things can go either way, but I'm saying our generation has the privilege of being able to say oh wait, no, because I feel it was very taboo. Let's say, for example, if in that time you're a 17-year-old, you got pregnant. At the time, it was all right, y'all are together, that's it. It's for lifesies. Yeah. But y'all could be toxic as heck together. Our generation today is ooh, well, we'll try and make it work. And then if it doesn't, it's no hard feelings. In some cases, obviously, you know.
Oh, wait, with babies, that's a whole other...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, back then, the thought was very, I guess committed, but, also not in, a committed way sometimes. Sometimes people cheated or whatever, but it was but I'm still with you. I'm still helping pay bills or whatever.
I mean, I do agree with what you're saying completely. I think it's just like a generational difference of like what the focus is on.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of the day, those same people know that that was not necessarily like the right
idea,
the right choice. And I think we're all coming to like
Yeah.
a unified like place to like understand that our needs need to be met personally, and
that's in order to give to other
Right.
people.
But
I think some people get it twisted and they're like, so my needs are met.
and
Period.
No, man, like
You still gotta give back to community, to people, humanity. Come on.
Like we're all social creatures. We're all needing like community and needing to, and that requires like giving and like, you know, giving and receiving. Like you got to be open to that. But yeah, I think you're so right in like that's like the difference. And we do have, I guess, a privilege. But I also think that like, I don't know if it was like millennial, like the true millennials, because we're like in between. If it was the true millennials who did that work, or if it was us, because I feel like millennials were also like in that same state where like they learned those patterns.
Yeah.
Like I think there was work that was done in some way, and we're all kind of now like as a whole society moving towards something that's a lot healthier for sure. Anyway, to segue into the more specifics, I think like having those needs met requires a lot of different things, and like things that I can think of are like alone time. Super important.
Yeah.
I think that when you don't give yourself enough time to reflect and to sit with your own thoughts, you definitely are like too like influenced by the world, and I think you don't have a moment to kind of give yourself like, I actually want to do this, or like I think today I need to take it easy because if not X and Y and Z are gonna happen or whatever.
Like, how do you know what you want if you don't ever sit with yourself and be like, oh, I realized this did this to me, or that did not do that for me.
You also like become a person who's not only just like what's the word, like reacting. Now you're a person who thinks before to like you react. You're proactively like going to act on something versus being reactive. Like it's gonna be a lot more intentional in your everyday life, and it just causes less problems with people, with yourself. In general, you're gonna have an easier time if you can sit with yourself and like really acknowledge your own needs, because I think that's a whole ass other relationship that you need to build out.
Yeah.
And make healthy.
Another thing, which we already said, was boundaries.
Yeah.
We have a whole episode on setting boundaries, so if you haven't listened to that and you want to know more about setting boundaries, just check that one out. Very informative. I'm not going to get into all of that now, but you should do that. Set boundaries for yourself.
I think like create. Also, setting boundaries looks completely different from just having negative people in your life. I think like the two are very different. You can have very amazing people in your life and sometimes still want to like have a moment of like, okay, that's not gonna happen around me because I don't like it doesn't work for me. Like, you can have different relationships with different people, and that's fine. And having those healthy boundaries is also great. Like, you can tell somebody that you don't want to talk about something specific, you don't want to do whatever and whatever, and like that's fine. But at the end of the day, if you're having very negative relationships with people, that's not like setting a boundary. Well, I mein, you're setting a boundary with yourself, but you're not setting boundaries with them. It's more like you should probably just call it a quits. Yeah, because it's a different, they're two different things. Like, I feel like that was something really hard for me to understand, I guess.
I mean, like, nobody's perfect, so I guess, like, going to, like, relationships, obviously your partner's not perfect, but they are, like, as good as it's gonna get, like, not in a bad way, but, like, you get along with them in, like, most ways, but they're still not perfect people. So if you're, like, searching your whole life for that person, like, it's the same thing with friends. Like, you're gonna find friends that are, like, amazing, you love them, blah, 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 whatever, but maybe they're not perfect. Yeah, maybe they're not perfect people, which, oh my god, shocking, neither are you. Yeah. So, like you're saying, like, they could still be great people, but there's just certain things that you just don't vibe with them on. And that's okay. You just say, like, I don't really like talking about that, or I don't want to do that, or whatever. And if they continually disrespect that boundary, that's when they're just, like, not good for you.
Just like you said, like, just like when you're looking for, like, a romantic partner, sometimes it's just, like, when you get to the right person, obviously, like you said, they're not perfect, but there's also the other side of, like, there's people that just don't match with you. Yeah. And that's completely okay, too. Same with friends. You can, like, not have to be friends with everybody. Just like I think for me, it's easier to drop romantic partners than it is friends. I don't know why. I feel like I'm committed to my friends more. I don't think so much anymore, but I think, like, growing up, that's how I've always felt, you know?
Interesting.
I had, like, a very, like, weird relationship with, like, finding love. Like, I never felt like it was gonna really, like, happen. In a sense. It was weird.
She was very disconnected.
Very disconnected. I'm much better now. But now I have, like, consistent work with myself about, like, friendships and, like, what kinds of relationships I want there. Because I feel like before I was really, really picky.
Yeah. There are obviously different relationships.
Right. But, like, with romantic relationships, I was very picky. And with friends, I guess I wasn't. I just wanted to be liked by everybody. And I think that's my fault.
It's like, even if you didn't like them, you're like, but you like me,
But
right?
you like me, right? I never, like, stopped. I always talk about this with Logan. Like, I never stopped to think about whether or not I cared to like them. Like, it was just more like, my brain was always like, don't do anything weird. Like, don't be mean. Like, be liked.
Which
like,
probably
was the goal.
shut you off from a lot of other people who would have liked you instead of the person you were trying to be.
But it's not even like I was going towards, like, the cool people or anything. It was just like I wanted to be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
And that's, like, not realistic.
And that's very hard to do.
It's not realistic at all.
Everyone's different, so you can't be liked by everybody.
But also, like, that's not even the goal. Like, you should be the one in charge of, like, who you like. You know what I mean? And I think my brain wasn't there. Just wasn't there.
Vibing with that.
Yeah. But I guess going towards, like, friendships, I think, or, like, people you surround yourself with, just like when we were talking about energy, there's people who are at different frequencies of, like, energy or, like, vibrations. And people, not that they're low frequency, but you guys are all in just different wavelengths. And I feel like that used to just be like a saying or, like, a phrase that you would say, like, we're not on the same wavelength. But, like, it's legit, like, you're not on the same wavelength, you know?
Yeah.
And that's okay, but, like, you should reach towards people who are in that same form that you are in.
I guess, what do you mean by wavelength? Because I guess, like, in the saying, like, we're not on the same wavelength, it was, like, kind of like the same page.
Yeah.
You know? Explain what that means. Like
we're not on the same wavelength?
Yeah, but energy-wise. So, like, if someone's energy... Or, like, is it even energy-wise? Is it, like, literally page, but that it doesn't protect your energy to be around people who are on different pages?
I think it's like a similar thing where, like, you're not on the same page of life. I think, like, every person goes through a phase of, like, not, like, necessarily, like, superficialness, but I think everybody has a phase where, like, they don't care to, like, grow.
They just want to exist.
Yeah, like, they don't want to grow personally and don't have, like, the means to do so. Okay, so, like, I think everybody generally does want to, like, grow, but, like, are they actually putting the work in, you know, into themselves? And I think it's very clear when they are and when they're not. And when you're talking to people or having conversations with people who aren't, it's a little lackluster for people who are trying so hard, you know? Yeah. And conversations don't add up. Like, you're not,
it's like,
vibing off of the same things. Like, it's that, like, kind of situation.
It's, like, not so much, like, if you're, like, agreeing with each other necessarily, but more, like, can you learn from each other and both be like, I see your point of view, or...
It's not even that for me. I think it's just, like, generally having, like, conversations about things that are important. It's not just about, like, what'd you do today? You know, like, it goes deeper into thought about, like, I don't know, like, for example, I can no longer talk to people who don't want to have conversations about, like, existential, like, crisis shit, like, honestly, or just, like, where you are with your own spiritual journey. Like, things like that are super important to me, and I think that they are manifested into my everyday life to the point where, like, I can't just talk about, I mean, obviously I could talk about, like, the show I watched.
I think your point is more, like, if you cannot have those conversations ever with a person, not necessarily that every conversation, like, you have with them is about something important. but that you genuinely just feel like your energies don't match up to where you would even want to have the conversation.
Right.
Okay.
But like also like 7 out of 10 times I'm probably talking about something of that nature.
Yeah.
Right. And like I know that there's a lot of people out there who are in that same wavelength, and like that's just like the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like not everybody, and not to say that if you're not in that situation that you're like a bad person or less than or like low frequency or anything. I think it's just like you're just at different points in your life, and that's okay, you know, but it's just not matching up, and that's okay. It just isn't meant for you.
And like I guess that's different for everyone. Like whatever different wavelength you're on, you get to decide whether you want to stick with those people that are on different or same wavelengths. Like
yeah, where do you generally lie in more, you know? And what do you need from like a friendship or from like that type of relationship?
I guess that's the whole the overarching idea is that you can decide. I don't remember. I took too long to figure out if it was arching or arcing.
Let me finish the thought for you. Maybe we have the same thought. My overall thought with that is that you can't exceed in like protecting your energy if you're consistently being drained of it. Because that kind of situation, when you're not with people who are in the same wavelength, it's really like draining. And you're obviously pouring like too much of yourself out and not receiving enough in, and like that's the imbalance, you know.
Okay, overarching idea, I think it's come back to me, that you basically just need to pick who serves you around you. That's literally protecting your energy in relationships is literally just picking people who serve you.
Yeah. And
that's not to say that people can't serve you for different purposes or at different times or in different parts of your whole life. Like it's a flowing.
What's it called? Like
ebbs and flow.
To all these words, I can't.
We should just stick to the basics. Ups and downs.
These ups and downs.
These ups and downs.
They happen, and
it's up to you to decide. I hate to tell you that no one else is gonna do it for you.
No.
Okay, so being alone, you need to focus on that type of energy so that you can figure out the rest of it. What is your energy? That's the you time, the alone time. Relationships and other people. That's the biggest one. I mean, they're both big, but that's like the biggest outward one.
Yeah.
And what else can you do to protect your energy? Like,
I mean, if you're spiritual, there's like a lot of like technique.
Yeah, there's like all this spiritual
side of things where, you know, like obviously meditation and stuff like that, but also like coming into your own like being and aura and like protecting it with like light, and I don't know, there's a bunch of techniques that you can come up with. But if you're not spiritual, like honestly, something that I didn't know before, like my own spirituality, that I would do is like when I would take a shower, I would literally like sit there and try to wash away all of the bad, like, not because I didn't talk about it being energy, but like all of the bad feelings I had of that day. Yeah, all of the bad vibes. I would just wash them away in the shower.
You need a sign in the shower that says good vibes only.
Good vibes only. Washed away bad vibes.
Yeah, I mean,
things like that, like where you can actually feel like you're cleansing yourself of things.
I saw a TikTok, some girl was saying like when she has negative thoughts or experiences, even, I think maybe not experiences, but definitely thoughts, she was like, I literally will sit there and I will like pull them out of my head. Like I literally do this so it feels like I'm actually doing something, and I just think about the negative thought and I pull it out, and she's like, and 100% I promise you'll feel better after you do that. I was like, oh my god, not me sitting having mental breakdowns on the freeway. Just pulling.
I think that's why I touch my hair so much though.
That's like everybody's like sense
soothing.
of security, and like
I think it's like a soothing aspect of like, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna be okay.
I was terrible in presentations touching my hair. I don't remember if it was my comm class, our comm class in college, or if it was in high school, but I think it was high school. Our teacher would literally count the amount of times we touched our hair, said, what else?
I would be so bad at all of that.
Or just kind of like did something nervous or whatever. He's like, you should go into public speaking. Like, I could definitely see you in a career in that. And I was like, oh, because I have self-restraint when I know I'm being watched. Like, I should be a public speaker.
Like,
I literally was like, I just gave the whole speech, whatever. But what the fuck was the point of that side story?
Oh, touching our hair.
Oh, touching her sense of comfort, yeah. That was besides the point. Basically, what I'm hearing is I need to go buy a bunch of crystals. And I need to, like...
Yeah. That's another thing. I'm like really not behind on crystals, but like I haven't been using my crystals.
Aside from the spirituality, just looking at them would make me happy. Like seeing them perfectly placed somewhere in my room, beautifully decorated or whatever, that right there, I'd be like, this is enough. This is a good day. And knowing that I have intentions, like they're there for a good, like that alone. Having anything in your house, like aside from crystals, I feel like buying something with intention and saying like, this right here is here because this is like gonna make me happy, or like this is a good day, this is whatever it is, I don't know, fucking candle, you're like saving up to buy a $30 candle, I don't know, girl, and you see it every day and you're like, that's my $30 candle. Like obviously it's different from crystals, literally what they do, but like that idea alone.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I do a thing where like I light a bunch of candles all at once, and that makes me feel good. I feel like I'm literally cleansing something in my house or in my space.
Do you think that's where the practice came from, taking baths and lighting candles around you?
Like one of my favorite things to do, like when I'm having a really good day and I want to have like a moment to myself, like, wow, that was a really good day.
Yeah.
Or if I'm having a really bad day and I like want to have a moment like to myself to come back, is like literally turn off all of the lights in the bathroom, light like a couple candles, and just take a shower with candlelight. I try not to make it spooky because then it like I don't want to think about it too much.
If you go into it scary,
like don't go into it scary.
Yeah.
But if you do that, it's just like so nice. Just all of the vibes.
Yeah, see,
get your vibe going.
Protecting your energy.
Yeah. Make your home homey and just feel
Self-care. Yeah.
Self-care,
I guess that's also like
the topic,
one of the last things would be just like that it's so unique to everyone.
Yeah. Like
protecting your energy. I can't tell you like this is what you need to do every day. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, we did tell you like work on your relationship with yourself. That's not necessarily like an idea though. That's like kind of things.
It's also very abstract. Like
no, like for everyone, a relationship with yourself. Like how you feel about yourself, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, like building upon those things. I think is really important to like protect your energy because you're not relying on anybody's opinion of you.
True.
You know,
just vague in the way that it's like, I guess,
or like
I don't know what that looks
like. There's no
step
by step for everybody. Like it looks different for everyone. And then also the whole thing about choosing the right people to be around. All of that is very much like either energy like sucking or energy charging, yeah, refueling, or like it charges, either it charges you up or it brings you to your lowest point, and you need to figure that out for yourself.
Damn girl, you had to bring it all the way to the lowest point, not just down a little.
For some people it's not. Some people it's like a real sucker thing, but like you count these people as like your forever people, and then like, you know,
like eventually they bring you
can
down
have toxic relationships and friendships and like family members, like all of that. And so just remind yourself that you have an out. Trust yourself.
And that's where that's the whole point of building on yourself.
And then like
so important.
The last point is like, I guess, self-care in some form.
Figuring out what kind of practices you can do to actually, if you want to say physically protect your energy, because you're doing something physical.
Yeah.
Which, whether it be crystals, something spiritual, or a practice of self-care. Candles,
also, self-care isn't always just relaxing. It could be something productive, like working out. All right, well, that's it for this segment. We'll see you in Glowing Hour.
We're back. It was so long for you. The whole song intro. Today, in Glowing Hour, we should start with what we're drinking. We're drinking a LaCroix and tequila.
And a little bit of Lemon Perfect.
That tastes like candy.
I can't taste anything.
We thought it was like a little bit of an intense episode, so we thought it'd be very interesting to pick celebrities and decide whether we would or would not vibe with them, energy-wise.
You want to go first?
Alright, let's think of one. I'm gonna say Lindsay Lohan, circa 2009.
Okay.
2009?
Her crazy face?
2010? before she went to Mykonos. Like, before that, like, Mean Girls.
Okay.
Mean Girls time. She's doing Mean Girls. She's out, she's partying, having a good time. Today, our energies would not match. But let me tell you something. 2015 Samantha and Lindsay Lohan 2010.
What are we saying?
Our energies might have been a fucking vibe together. But maybe like today Lindsay Lohan
she's a Cancer.
Oh, maybe today Lindsay and me today could vibe. Hit me up, Lindsay. I'd love to see if our energies are aligned.
She's a cutie. She's a Cancer.
She's been a cutie. That's why we would have lined up in life if we were born in the same eras. Not eras, it's fucked up, but like times, generations.
I opened Instagram and the first person I had seen is Kourtney Kardashian. I think we'd be besties, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I love her.
The energies are lined up.
I might be a little too like reserved. Because she's very reserved. I think she
like together you wouldn't be.
Yeah, I think we would like
someone has to start the convo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like try. I like love her.
But because she's Kourtney? Or because your energies are aligned?
I think because she's like just a cool person. Like
that's honestly what's a trip though. Like you know so much about her. Like celebrities, you know so much about them, and you're like I could get along with them. But
you like probably don't know anything.
And also celebrities don't want to get to know you.
You have no clue who I am and don't care to
celebrities like
to do
cool.
Yeah, no.
I mean, she's friends with Addison Rae.
Exactly.
So
she's into like the younger besties. I'm down. I'm down to be your second bestie.
I'm dead.
She's also just like really into like health and wellness, and I love that about her. And I feel like we could vibe.
She just makes me laugh because they make fun of her so much on the show. Like the TikToks. Courtney. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Love her.
So you can court.
Besties.
In line. Another one. Who else would I love to... Meg the Stallion.
Meg.
Oh!
It's a good one.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I don't actually know who Meg is in real life. I feel like I'd be the timid one in that. That friendship. Like, not that I'm normally like the loud one or anything, but like I don't think I'd match her energy in terms of literal energy. Like voice and dancing. Oh man, I can't do all that.
I feel like that's the only thing. I feel like she's just so up and about dancing and stuff.
Then I'd be like, hands on my knees, hands on my thighs,
like,
hands on my knees. Mm-hmm.
And like,
but if we were in the club and I was drunk, I could match it. It just wouldn't be as good as Meg when she's sober. Well, yeah. So energy wise,
it's like a maybe.
Yeah, like I could see it working. I don't think
maybe
we're
not like besties.
Yeah, I don't think we're like best friends or anything. I think Tori and Meg would be best friends.
Okay, The Weeknd.
Okay.
Love him to pieces.
What are the thoughts?
I don't know if we would vibe. He's an Aquarius, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like he might be either like really weird, or like
I get very pretentious vibes from The Weeknd.
Which honestly, I've heard the opposite, that he's just really weird, like very like not standoffish, but like socially really anxious.
That's weird as a celebrity.
Yeah,
like that's gotta suck. Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't think I would vibe.
Yeah,
but I love him so much.
You're like
I would love to be a fan. Continue to be a fan. If I meet you, I hope it doesn't ruin like.
But the energy's probably not there.
I hope it doesn't ruin the vibe.
Oh, Miley Cyrus. Oh my God, Miley Cyrus.
I honestly don't think I would vibe with her. I feel like she's low-key rude.
You feel like she's low-key rude?
And she would bother me because she's rude.
Maybe I'm just hoping for the best because I love Miley Cyrus. She did that Call Her Daddy interview.
She's just so weird in it.
It was just really awkward.
She gives me pretentious vibes in real life. Like, not when she's performing or, like, any of that kind of stuff. She's
like,
great.
just when she talks to people.
But when she talks to people...
Damn, someone give us the tea. Let me know.
Yeah, let me know.
Miley...
I hope you're not.
Let's have a chat.
Pretentious.
Because if you're not, then we're great. Then we vibe.
Then vibes.
All the good energy.
Harry Styles.
You like Harry Styles?
You don't, bitch?
No.
You're weird.
You're
literally weird for that.
I don't think he's cute.
Why? He's so cute. Look at him.
No, absolutely not.
Why? You hate like men who are into their femininity.
That is such a lie.
Name one. Do not say your own boyfriend because that's not true, bitch. Come on, no.
Who else?
You don't think he's
Who
sexy?
else is into their femininity that's like famous? Kid Cudi or something?
Kid Cudi.
Go the fuck.
Scott Disick.
Hard pass.
You would not vibe with him?
Energy could not do it.
Not even as friends?
He's hilarious. Love hearing the shit he has to say, but if he was my friend, I'd be scared. I'd be like, why are you dating 20-year-old girls? Why are we going on vacations with these young children? Where are your kids?
Where are your kids?
I'd be a terrible friend. He'd hate me. I mean, I'd be a good friend, but like, not to him. Like, he would think it's terrible.
Good one for me.
One for Mel.
Tom Holland.
He's like nerdy.
I think we would vibe. It's like vibes. It's like chill vibes. Hunter Schafer.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Lord.
So yes.
I'd make it a vibe. I don't care.
Hunter, be careful.
Just kidding.
We have a stalker on the loose.
I was near you the other night, just so you know.
When? Wait, was that at the...
She was there. I just couldn't. I think she either left early or she was in the back in the VIP section.
Yeah. That was the episode, guys. Protect your energy.
Wait, what's like one person we both would be like a straight no?
Cardi B. Oh my god, Bad Baby.
Oh, done. Nope. Thank you.
I'm out of here. Thank you for your service.
Free service of doing nothing but blackfishing. Anywho,
gotta go.
Gotta go. Protect your energy. Love yourself, and
I would love if you guys gave more suggestions on how you protect your energies. What things do you do?
What do you do?
Give everybody some ideas. Bye.